Hi, welcome to Easy Simple Mechanic. Today's episode, we're going to try and get the seat belts repaired on the Raptor, and we're going to try and get an update on some of the items up front and see where we go. We're almost there. Now, just a little taste of something that may be coming up here pretty soon on what we're going to be working on. Let's see if you guys can see that. There's a little something right there that we're going to be doing something with, and maybe we can show you just a little taste. Now I'll let you guys figure out what that is. So stay tuned and enjoy the episode. Well, we're back here with this Raptor build. Last time we said we were going to get these seat belts out and get them to safety restore so that they could be reset. The retractors on them were locked, so yeah, they went off. They've come back, so I'm gonna get these back in here. It looks like, just so you can see how they go, okay, there's one bolt there on the bottom, and then of course there's these panels that go over the top of them. The main thing to keep in mind when taking off the seat belts, before unplugging them, you need to be sure that the battery's disconnected, because it could throw a code and then you'll have to send everything off to get reset. So these panels, basically, there's just these little rails here that snap up, and then you can remove the panels to get the seat belts off. These are 50 Torx, size 50. The bolts that go on the those bolts, and the ones that go on top that connect up to the harness up there, and the ones that hook up to the side of the seat, they're all Torx 50 bit. And then there's a little, I think that's like a size, it's a little tiny thing. It might be a size 8 or even a 6. Little screw that holds the panel on at the top. And that's the only bolt you take off. The rest are clips. You have to be careful not to damage these clips when you're taking them out. Be sure to use a tool to remove those. Because you know, the clips go on there pretty good, and they could tear the plastic off, and then when you put them back on, it won't have anything to snap onto. So that one there's already, I put it back in there so you could see it back in there. The other thing you want to do is when those seat belts come back from the factory, they have a tie wrap on them. I think you can see it there. When they come back from safety restore, don't cut that tie wrap until you get that seat belt mounted, because those things have to be sitting in the right position for the seat belt to actually go in and out easy, and you want to check it. Let me get around to that side so I can show you what I mean. You want to make sure that once it's mounted, that they're not still locked. So see here, now that it's mounted, you can see this pulls up and down without a problem. Yeah, because otherwise, yeah, sometimes if these aren't in the right position, these, when you pull on it, will not, it'll feel like it's locked, and you'll think that they're locked, but they're not. The other thing is, I'll cut those loose probably at the very end once I ran it through the panel here, through the openings there, and get it all set up so that I don't have to be fighting the seat belt, you know, pulling it and doing whatever. But just as a reminder, make sure that these are mounted before you cut this tie wrap. Otherwise, you know, it'll go in, and then it'll be locked, and then you won't be able to get it to come out so that you can get things set. So that's another thing just to keep in mind there when doing that. And so really it's just feeding these through the side of the panel right there. There's a deal on the panel. I think the one that goes here might be this one. Let's see. Yeah. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. This one's the one that goes on this side. And so it's just feeding through there, getting it out of there. And then there's a little clip here. I put the covers back on so I wouldn't lose them, but I'll have to take this cover off. And there is a Torx 50 that goes up there as well. And then you bolt that up there, and then you can pull the other piece down, and it goes right in the side of the seat. So there's this little cover here that goes here, and so we'll pull this little cover off here so that we can just see that. Okay, so you can see that the other piece will just bolt right down in here, so you can see where that bolts in. And then the seat belt, of course, will come through this little slot here, and it'll go down here and bolt in there. Now, keep in mind that on the passenger side, there is a wire that plugs in right here. There is like an extra wire for some kind of detection, I guess. I don't know if it's for detecting whether there's a passenger or not. I'm not sure what that wire's for. But the one on the passenger has that extra wire. The one on the driver's side does not have that wire, so that's how you can also tell, you know, which one goes where. So without taking much more time, let's get those installed, and then we'll check everything, make sure that there's no codes or anything on the dash. And just as a update, I wanted to show you that I also picked up, while I was over at the junkyard, I got me some horns now. So good, I checked those out, they are working. The horn does honk, so I went ahead and installed that. I picked up also, because my antenna was damaged, so I picked up also an antenna, and I need to get that done. And I also need to get the brace for this fender epoxied back onto the fender for now until I can find another fender. So I'll get that epoxied. What else did I pick up? I think that was pretty much it. I need to get this headlight here. Needs a little bracket that I'm going to make for it for the time being. I'm going to epoxy this piece here. Going to make that little bracket there and bolt this up so that I can get this together. Yeah, because I need to get this over to the inspection and get it taken care of so I can get some plates on it, and then I can start driving it. Then I can work on the other stuff once all that's done. So for the time being, that's what I want to do, and get this thing going. So hopefully we can get to that pretty quick. Epoxied so that we can have this put together. Then we'll go for a ride, and we'll go up to get the state inspection and fill out the paperwork so that we can go get it registered. My hope is to get all this taken care of here pretty quick, and that way we can start driving it and see what it's going to do. All right, let's get to work. Well, folks, I guess that's going to do it for today. We had to record the intro inside the garage because it's been a little breezy and windy, and I hope this isn't too loud here. But please like, share, subscribe, and we'll catch you next time. Thank you.